Hey, welcome inside. This episode is Zipitys Garage. This is going to be a quick video with some Corvette news and updates, as well as some updates on what's going on with Zipitys Garage and Sioka Corvette. So stick around. Hey, thanks for pushing that play button. Allow me to introduce myself if you're new here. My name is Jeff Zipity, and this YouTube channel is dedicated to the fun and games associated with being a Corvette and a car enthusiast. And I am outside in my garage today as opposed to being down in Atlantic City at Sioka Corvette. But just real quick, wanted to shout out one of my Corvette customers gifted me this neon sign that you can see here behind me. So very cool. Thank you to Michelle for getting me this beautiful neon sign that says Zipitys Garage. I had to move some of my Corvette artwork and so forth around in the garage wall to make it fit, but a huge thank you to Michelle. She was my ZR1 customer. If you didn't see the video, I did a delivery video down at the National Corvette Museum with Michelle and Harlan Charles of her beautiful ZR1 that she ordered from Sioka Corvette. And about a week or two later, I got that neon sign in the mail. So very cool. Thank you very much, Michelle. I do appreciate that. And like I said, going to sit out here in the garage just for a couple minutes, but I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet here with some news and updates that I wanted to kind of cover and just kind of tell you what's going to be happening with the channel and so forth. Trying to get the camera back here. Sorry, don't want to be that up close to me. But first and foremost, today is Sunday, August 3rd, and Corvette Production was initially scheduled to start tomorrow, Monday, August 4th. But I'm here to tell you, production started early. So Corvette 2026 model year started on Thursday, July 31st, with not much fanfare. They barely even stopped the line and started producing the 2026 model year with the new interiors and so forth. So very, very cool update to hear that Chevrolet has started the 2026 production year. And I can tell you that for a fact because one of the first 2026 Corvettes for Sioka Corvette has been built. Just happens to be VIN number 77, and that car has already been produced, sitting down at Bowling Green, waiting to get shipped up to Atlantic City. So once that 2026 does make it up to Atlantic City, there will be some future content coming out on that particular car. Most likely that'll be the first of the 2026s that they receive in Atlantic City. Also, speculation on the build and price tool for the 2026 configurator. By the time this video is uploaded, that tool might already have gone live. So every day this week, check out Corvette.com for the build and price tool. That should be up and running this week on, so that you're able to build and price out your 2026 Corvette. So another cool announcement that I wanted to make here in the video today, Corvettes at Carlisle is coming up. Here we are in the beginning of August. Corvettes at Carlisle is the world's largest Corvette show held in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, third weekend in August. And Sioka Corvette historically has a massive display set up over by the grandstand, kind of one of the central locations on the fairgrounds. And this year at Corvettes at Carlisle, we've got a very special guest that's going to be joining us under the tent at Corvettes at Carlisle. And that special guest is one Harlan Charles. So yes, Harlan Charles will be the invited guest out at Corvettes at Carlisle under the Sioka Corvette tent. Harlan is the recently retired Corvette product manager. So if you want to come out and say thank you to Harlan for everything that he's done for the Corvette world, the Corvette community and so forth, please plan to stop by the Sioka tent out at Corvettes at Carlisle and give your well wishes to Harlan Charles in person. He'll be on the fairgrounds all weekend with us at Sioka Corvette. The big news, and this is the emotional news, and if you're hearing this for the first time, because this is pretty much the breaking news coming out of this video, Saturday, August 2nd, was my last day at Sioka Corvette as a Corvette specialist and Corvette salesperson. Yeah, I made a very emotional decision. I was contacted by previous owners of a food company that I used to work with to come and work and enter into the food service industry, to return to the food service industry. So I had some, long discussions with Sioka management, and almost for a month. We've been talking for about 3 or 4 weeks about my situation, and made the, again, very emotional decision this past Saturday to, call it a career, if you will, with Sioka. So I was with them for just over 2 years. So huge thank you to Mr. Sioka, Dave Salvatore, Dan Maida, and the recently passed Sam Kelly for, trusting me to, work in the Corvette sales industry. And quite frankly, I did very well. This is not really a financial decision. The big decision was, I guess, quality of life, if you will. The drive is brutal. It's 70 miles one way. That's an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes, however you slice it, on top of, the start of the day and the end of the day, and a lot of time away from my family. So this is going to give me an opportunity to kind of work from home on somewhat of a regular basis. And my customer base in the food service world is going to be much more centrally located than having to drive, 140 miles every single day. But again, thank you to Mr. Sioka and Dan and Dave and for taking a chance on me. I mean, quite frankly, I did pretty well. Year to date for 2025, I'm the #1 Corvette salesperson down there. In 2024, by the numbers, yes, Brandon from Let's Vet was the #1 salesman, the top dog in numbers. Brandon had 12 months of sales numbers that he could, put towards that total. But in 2024, for 4 months, I was off the sales floor and was kind of, as a Corvette sales manager helping Dave Salvatore. However, when we looked at the numbers at the end of 2024, I was within 20 cars of the top dog. So Brandon did a great job leading the force. Matt Hess came in second. Amani was third. And there I was at 4th place. But I was within 20 cars of the top dog spot. So congratulations to Brandon. And he continues to kill it down there. And if you haven't followed him, please subscribe to the Let's Vet YouTube channel, because the Zipitys Garage content from Sioka is pretty much going to, slow down considerably. I still try and go down and support them in any way that I can. But Brandon from Let's Vet is going to be continuing the work there as a Corvette sales specialist. And, he's going to continue to bring Corvette content to you. But with that being said, I'm not leaving the Corvette community. My gosh, I've been into this hobby up to my eyeballs for well over 20 years, and that's going to continue. This change in career, if you will, is going to allow me to get back involved with my local Corvette Club and the original Garden State Corvette Club and some of their events that they host. Plus, Corvettes at Carlisle's going to be here in 3 weeks. So I will be out at Corvettes at Carlisle. I will be spending some time under the Sioka Corvette tent right there by the grandstands, as well as being involved with the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation. And we do our fundraiser dinner on Friday night out at Corvettes at Carlisle. So check out chipmiller.org for more information on the Friday night fundraiser dinner. It's an auction, and a lot of the dignitaries from the world of Corvette will be at that dinner. So please, if you're interested, check that out. I'll put a link in the description here below on how to register for that dinner. Kind of looking over my notes here. Returning the food service. Again, thank you to Mr. Sioka, Dave Salvatore, Dan Maida. If you're in the market for a Corvette, the Corvette manager down there to reach out to, his name's John Vo. He was my manager. John Vo's a great guy. The entire Corvette team down there, Amani, Dane, Lee, Matt, Brandon, all of those guys, all stand-up guys. They welcomed me in as a Corvette owner and enthusiast, and allowed me to, come in and work in their world, if you will. So, but just a huge thank you. And like I said, I'm going to be not going anywhere. You can see I've been going to Corvettes at Carlisle. Here's 2002, and kind of moved through all the years, ran out of room here and started down here, continuing all the way through 2024, and we'll get to 2025 up here as well. And again, you can see all the different events that I've been to throughout the years. Speaking of, Sioka and Kerbeck, here's their inaugural Toys for Tots run back from 2004. So I've been involved in this hobby and a relationship with the Kerbeck family as well as the Sioka family for as long as I can remember. Again, I don't think I've ever taken anybody through the actual garage, but, Corvette Caravan, the next caravan is scheduled for 2029, and I'm already speaking with the National Corvette Museum on what that event is going to look like. So again, continue to, stay tuned. follow Zipitys Garage over on Instagram, and continue to watch this YouTube channel, because it's kind of going to get back to what started the channel, and that was me covering events, local car shows, Corvettes at Carlisle, and things of that nature. Obviously, the inventory walks at Sioka, that's kind of what made the channel jump off the page, if you will. I'll still do those as time allows, and again, certainly not going to step on what Brandon's doing with Let's Vet. So continue to watch his channel, but I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm still going to be in the Corvette hobby in the community, so it's just an end of my time at Sioka Corvette. But again, thank you to all the customers. I mean, I've sold hundreds of Corvettes, and again, I'm still going to be around, still going to see you at events, still going to see you at the museum, still going to see you at Cars and Coffee, Carlisle, things of that nature. So with that being said, just a heartfelt thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you to my family for their support with what I did down at Sioka and allowing me to go into this next chapter, returning into the food service world. So a heartfelt thank you, and my heart is filled with gratitude from all of the customers that I've worked with and everybody that I worked with down at Sioka Corvette. So kind of signing off for now. I guess the next time you'll see me will probably be out at Corvettes at Carlisle, and I'll be sure to have some video capturing that weekend event as well. So thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you on the next one.